It's Lizzie Borden right here on your Classic Metal Show with Master of Disguise. And Lizzie Borden, one of those kind of an underrated performer. The guy, has been keeping the Lizzie Borden franchise going for over 30 years. Kind of goes away for 5-7 years at a time. Then he comes back with a record, and it's usually a pretty stellar recording.
Not this last one.
I didn't hear the new one.
What a bag of shit that is. Just garbage.
Not good, huh?
Oh my God, dude. That garbage enough that we could probably do a segment making fun of it.
Okay.
It's real bad.
I
hated it.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
There's a few that liked it. I can't figure out why. Because it's soft rock. It's just garbage. Just not good.
Well, maybe he was trying to capture that market that, thinks 80s synth pop is rock.
Maybe. That could very well. I mean, it's not quite that soft, but it's right in there. It's not good.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, I was checking the email here, and our Uber fan, John Phillips, sent over a story, which I did not read. I'm just going to take his word for it.
Okay.
But his comment on the story is, about halfway through this, you'll get why I sent this in. Hail and kill.
All right.
So, John, he's got a pretty good pulse. He's got his finger on the pulse of the CMS, so I think he probably knows what, will pass as a good story.
Okay. Well,
so I'm just going to take a gamble, and we'll get into this.
All right, let's see.
Well, since we were talking about banging out some chicks, young and old, and taking chances or not taking chances,
okay,
I think it's been a revelation here on the show tonight that Chris Aiken would actually wear a condom. Exactly.
There are times I would wear a condom.
Right. With Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson, I would wear a condom.
Of course. So anyway, getting back to the whole sexually transmitted diseases, San Francisco's new HIV cases have hit a record low, but disparities are widening among the groups.
Okay.
Aggressive efforts to end transmission of HIV are paying off. See, here we knew, and again, I made this point a long time ago, but we knew about this problem 30 years ago, and we're still having a problem with it.
Well, it's took a little while to catch on, but it's starting to get there now.
As a young man in my 20s who understood the dangers of HIV, it wasn't that hard to understand. Hey, don't have sex without a condom.
Oh, now you're being silly.
Oh, okay. Don't be sharing needles if you're an intravenous drug user.
Dude, just stop with all this rules. Come on.
Don't wear a condom if you're gonna bang Pam Anderson.
All right, now that's where the line is drawn. Once you know they have a disease, then you have to bag up.
All right.
That's the line. The line is knowing they have a disease.
Okay.
Once you know, then you got to bag it.
I gotcha. So anyway, the aggressive efforts to end transmission of HIV are paying off in San Francisco, where public health officials are reporting record low new cases, and the city is far outpacing national trends that show much narrower declines.
Oh, good.
But at both the local and the national level, disparities among age, race, and gender groups are becoming more pronounced. Inequities exist among those groups in a number of new cases, and also in how quickly people who are newly diagnosed are able to access care and get the infection under control.
Okay.
We've had a really steep decline in new diagnoses. We're down to 221 new cases in 2017, which is the lowest number ever reported in San Francisco.
That's great.
That's good news, and we'll need to celebrate that. We need to celebrate that.
Good. Do you have a cake?
Yeah.
Wouldn't even want to know where the icing came from.
Exactly. Said Susan Scherer, the director of HIV epidemiology and surveillance for the San Francisco Department of Health. But we've identified particular groups that are not making as much headway, and that's where the focus has shifted.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like the harbinger of bad news coming our way.
I can only imagine where this is going. Phil, fire up your drive.
San Francisco's annual report on HIV and AIDS released this month showed 15,952 people living with HIV in the city in 2017. Nearly two-thirds are age 50 or older, and 22% are age 60 or older.
Wow.
So it looks like the old people are suffering more with this than the younger people.
You just stop giving a fuck.
The bulk of the older people living with HIV are gay men who have been infected for 20 or more years and whose health needs stretch beyond just getting the infection under control. But since 2014, much of San Francisco's public health attention has been on programs to end transmission of HIV, which are forced on young people who are most at risk for being infected. More than 60% of the new 221 diagnoses in the city were in people who are younger than 40.
Okay.
The total number of new cases was down 5% from the previous year and nearly 60% from a decade ago. At the peak of the AIDS epidemic in the late 1980s and early 1990s, more than 2,000 people were being diagnosed in San Francisco every year. Diagnoses have fallen nationally, too, though not quite as dramatically. There were 39,782 new cases in the U.S. in 2016, the most recent year for which national data was available. That's only about a 5% drop over a decade, according to the Center for Disease Control.
And how much was San Francisco's drop?
They said that it was down 20%, I think.
Okay. So that's significant.
Yeah. But the rest of the country is down only 5%.
Yeah, well, probably because most of them have died in San Francisco, haven't they?
Could be. But we're talking about new diagnoses.
Do you think everybody reports?
No, of course not.
They just fucking hide and die. Right?
This is what's reported, I guess. Yeah. The chief of the division of HIV and AIDS in San Francisco General Hospital often is held up as a model of treatment and prevention of HIV, and global public health leaders are watching the city's efforts to end the transmission. They're looking to San Francisco for the roadmap, and I'm so proud of this city, but we've got some big challenges ahead. If we're going to get close to zero, we have to work. We have our work cut out for us. Of concern is that the new diagnoses, both locally and nationally, have remained flat or even increased among certain high-risk groups of people. They've climbed more than 10% among American Indians, Asian men, and who have had sex with men in the U.S.
So gay men.
Yeah, basically. Which basically they'll just fuck anything.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, rates rose last year among all black men and women.
Shocking.
Rates among black men are almost triple that of white men.
What?
Triple.
Wow.
And 8 times higher for black women compared with white women.
That's something.
I'm thinking that's the reason he submitted this story. 8 times.
8 times as much, huh?
8 times higher.
Are these gay or not gay?
No, it's just among blacks.
Oh, just black people in general.
Black people in general, both men and women.
Everything's dropping except for in the black community?
It's increasing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So if you see a black guy coming at you holding his dick, you better shoot him.
So to reread that, in San Francisco, rates rose last year among all black men and women. Rates among black men are almost triple that of white men and 8 times higher for black women compared with white women.
Why do you think that is?
Responsibility.
You think?
Yeah, definitely.
Could be. I don't know. I mean, I just
think it's responsibility. I just think that the lack of parenting and the lack of guidance as young people, that's the environment they live in.
But do you think, I mean, you've been to San Francisco, man. It's not exactly a poor environment.
Well, I mean, you can't walk on the streets of San Francisco without stepping in shit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right there. Just seems, now if it was southern LA or something, it would make more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco just doesn't seem like, but I haven't been there forever, so I don't know.
Early reports of increased participation in prevention programs among black men hopefully will pay off with the reduction of transmission rates in the near future. Specifically, more black men who have sex with men are employing PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. I don't know what that is, which is a drug regimen. When followed daily, dramatically reduces the chance of becoming infected with HIV.
Wow.
So apparently these are black men who are living on the down low, and they're having sex with other gay black men, or black men, or gay men in general.
Right.
And then they're banging out the white chicks and passing it on, or black chicks and passing it on to them.
I do enjoy when dudes are on the down low and they try to say they're not gay.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gay. They just need to fuck a guy every now and again.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, that's gay.
The more we make PrEP accessible, the more we'll see declining rates in the future. Well, here's an idea. Why don't you stop fucking? You wouldn't need some kind of a shield drug to try to prevent this.
Yeah, slap a 50-cent fucking piece of plastic on your dick.
Right.
Try that. Just try that. That tends to work.
San Francisco began its Getting to Zero campaign in 2014 with the goal of reaching near zero new HIV infections by 2020.
Unfortunately, the black community thinks that the more zeros in the number, the better. Hey, there's 4 zeros this month. Yes.
Yeah. The cornerstone of the program is early diagnosis of new cases and rapid connection to medical care. The idea is that people who are treated for HIV can reduce their viral load, the amount of virus that is detectable in their blood, to nearly zero, making it almost impossible for them to infect other people.
Oh. It's just astounding to me. This shit is still going on.
That's kind of my point. I mean, that was a huge deal, and I've said this before on the show. It was a huge deal when I lived in LA between 85 and 91 that, man, you don't want to catch the AIDS, man. So don't be, banging random chicks, and don't be shooting up with used needles and shit like that.
Do you remember before it was AIDS, when it was the grid and all that other shit?
Well, yeah, because they didn't know what it was.
And they were calling it the grid. I don't remember why they called it the grid, but that was what it was, the grid.
Yeah. But, that was the warning back then, and it was just like, oh, okay, that's high-risk behavior. Probably shouldn't be doing that.
You might want to watch that. Keep your dick out of another man's ass.
Exactly. Other at high-risk groups in particular are the homeless people.
There's a shock.
Yeah. They've been more difficult to reach. Less than a third of the homeless people with HRV are virtually suppressed, and according to surveys of patients in San Francisco General Hospital HIV department ward, viral suppression worsens with degrees of housing instability. In other words, people who are living on the streets are far less likely to be virally suppressed than those who are living in a homeless shelter or couch surfing with friends.
I find it hard to believe that a man that's fucking other men without a condom or a shower could fucking pass a disease. That just seems crazy.
The reason for the low viral suppression rates are varied and depressingly simple, public health officials say. Many people who are homeless also suffer from mental health and drug use problems that make them less able to stick with a treatment plan. Sometimes the drugs they take to treat HRV are stolen on the streets or are in shelters. They may have a hard time making it to the medical appointments. Wait, what are they doing all day?
Yeah, they're homeless.
We can do outreach and get people programs, but at the end of the day, we need housing for people. Blah, blah, blah. It's very hard when you're living such a challenging lifestyle to be virally suppressed.
Dude, what do you think it actually is? Do you think it's like the bacteria from an asshole that fucking has AIDS in it or something, or makes AIDS more prevalent? I mean, because clearly it's dudes that are fucking in the ass.
Yes, of course. Well, yeah.
So it has to come from some ass.
Well, what happens is, and I know we talked about this before, is that usually with anal sex, there's a certain amount of breaking of blood vessels and, tearing of the asshole, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so when a guy blows his load in another dude's asshole, his sperm's got the virus in it, and then it gets into the bloodstream.
Okay.
Through the torn, membrane.
So the guy that's taking it in the ass is the one that's catching the AIDS.
More than likely, but the thing is if he bleeds out on your dick, you might get it through your pee hole. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, and maybe I haven't studied how I come really hard, but maybe when you come, it's almost like when you exhale a deep breath, you automatically take like a breath in. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what your dick does. You fucking squirt a load, and then it just kind of sucks a little bit back.
But I would venture to say it's more likely that once you get fucked in the ass and you tore the membrane and got into the bloodstream, that you're going to get that in your bloodstream.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. And it's amazing that we don't know that for sure.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking that's probably how it works.
Yeah. Do we have any doctors that are listening to the show? Can call and tell us?
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
I am. Oh, wow. This is great. I am the Canadian guy who keeps bugging you guys to play Loudness.
Okay.
I personally, I don't know, I just think they were the most underrated band from the 80s, like Lightning Strikes, Hurricane Eyes. They're both awesome albums.
Sure. Well, were you listening to the discussion at all?
Interesting.
So do you have anything to add about fucking a dude in the ass?
Oh, well, personally, like, it's all the same when the lights are out, right?
According to Tim James.
What does Eric Braverman say about that?
Who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, hail and kill, you guys. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. You guys are fucking awesome. I tell everybody I can about you guys.
All right, enough ass kissing. Move along.
Yeah.
So there you are.
There we go.
So you still willing to bang black chicks?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I'm almost dead anyway. You saw the comments this week, guys worried about my health and shit.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm on death's door.
You are.
So I might as well bang some black chicks on the way out.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Neeley, it's me again. I just wanted to let you know I surely don't want my membrane torn. That was a funny way of putting that, dude. You had me laughing.
Well, Chris,
hey, man,
Chris is all about banging black chicks bareback.
Hey, man, I'll tell you why all those people out in San Francisco are getting AIDS is because it's just the bottom line, man. They're too lazy to even put on a rubber. Right? They're so fucking lazy. Now, here's the other reason why the black people are getting it more than the whites. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Sure.
Because they're niggers.
Jesus.
I'm going to have to distance myself from that.
Me too.
Hey, I'm just talking straight. We all know what the truth is.
All right. You can't handle the truth.
That's right. I've seen it, man. Of course, I have black friends, and
They're
nigger
not
is
niggers?
a term. To me, a nigger is a term.
Hold on. Are your black friends niggers?
No.
Okay. Just
They
making
were
sure.
actually. I think really the difference between a nigger and a regular person is basically no matter what your color is what, like Neeley was saying, it's how you were raised.
It's your behavior.
Yes. You've got nigger behaviors.
Should I call this segment "Nigger Behaviors"?
Not if you want to keep our YouTube channel.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it the past years myself in law enforcement.
All right.
There's just an X amount of black people out there that just don't get it. Now, is it from their upbringing? I think it's possible, but some of them are just plain fucking dumb.
And there's no white people that are plain fucking dumb?
Oh, definitely. That's the other point I almost forgot to say is that I'm not a total racist because there's white niggers.
You're not a total racist. You're just sort of a semi-racist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you believe in white niggerism. Is that what you're saying?
There is a such thing as white niggerism, and it's bad.
Yeah, ask Donnie V.
Is there a such thing as Asian niggerism?
I don't think so. They're too smart for that.
Wow.
We
got a perspective from all parts of the world.
My goodness.
I mean, it's just a known fact. I'm sure a lot of Asians can solve a math problem before we can.
That's probably true, especially with this crew.
I think that's stereotypical behavior right there.
But look I have two sons that are in school right now, and that's the thing. It's who can look like a white nigger.
Well, all right.
There you go. All right.
Do you ever tell your white sons when they're getting a little out of control to stop acting mad niggerish?
I tell them, as a father to son, I say, okay, all right, enough's enough. Drop the nigger shit now.
Wow, you're a good father.
Yeah, I tell them that, they're the same way. I always try to tell them to be friends with multiple, it doesn't matter who they are or what the color of their skin is. It's if they're cool or not, you know what I mean?
What if when they get older they bring home a black girl?
That's cool as long as she's cool, as long as she's educated and doesn't talk like a fucking
hood rat.
That rap idiot talk.
Yeah, and as long as she's been tested for AIDS.
Well,
what if she's kind of stupid? What if she's kind of stupid, but your son likes banging her?
As long as she acts all right, I'd let it play. If she can act normal.
Normal.
But here's the thing. You are not normal if all you care about, you don't care about where you live, you don't worry about anything like that. All you worry about is getting that new $50, pair of jeans and gold tooth.
A gold tooth, huh?
Yeah. I mean, really, how many of us sit at home at night wondering how we're going to get a fucking gold tooth? We're too smart for that. These people, they could be living in a shack that's ready to be, condemned. And instead of trying to fix up their place a little bit or have any pride, they're worrying about how they're going to get a 2004 Audi A4. How they're going to get the money.
Well, you got to pinpoint it down. You got to pinpoint it down to the car and the model.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's so obvious. You know what I mean? Be like, I got no place to live, but I got a gold tooth and a rusted out Audi.
So what you're saying is, if I see a 2004 Audi on the street, I pretty much know that there's AIDS riding around in it.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, you're off the chain, Chris.
Yeah, you're being a racist. I don't like that.
Sorry.
All right, Dave, your phone is breaking up on us.
All right, you guys are the best. Hail and kill. Hand job.
Jeez. There goes Dave.
There's Dave.
Dave has a few things to say.
Yeah, Tim James, you've been replaced.
Right. Well, I didn't realize that this segment was going to go in this direction.
Yeah, no kidding.
But since it has, I'm going to debut a new bumper that our fake producer Wheezy sent over. So as always, we appreciate the work you put into these things, Wheezy.
Yes.
So here's a new bumper. This is made specifically for the people in the chat room, especially Phil Luz.
Okay.
So here it is.
It's time to fire up the end drives. On the Classic Metal Show. Phil Luz, this means you.
There you are.
The end drives are fired up.
The end drives are fired up.
There we go.
So there you are. Wheezy with a new bumper.
There we go. Perfect.
Yep. All right, moving on with the end drive stuff.
Okay.
I'm always amazed how people still use their social media and are in positions of, what do you want to call it?
Power or...
Well, they're in a position of authority maybe, or positions, and they still get on their social media and espouse some kind of racial or politically incorrect thoughts.
You're right, of course.
But anyway, here's a guy, I can't even imagine what this guy was thinking.
Okay.
A Texas superintendent sparks outrage after saying you can't count on a black quarterback.
Jesus Christ.
A school superintendent from East Texas, that's right, Tex Nation,
there you go,
is under fire after posting a racist comment to social media following the Houston Texans' loss this weekend.
Oh, no.
Superintendent Lynn Redden of...
Was that Redden or Redneck?
No, well, it could be Redneck.
Okay.
Of Onalaska, I think that's how you say it, Onalaska Independent School District, took to Facebook...
Of course he did.
On Sunday to express his frustration following the Texans' 17-20 loss to the Tennessee Titans, which saw quarterback Deshaun Watson hold the ball as the game ended.
Okay.
But when Redden commented on a link to the Houston Chronicle article about the game, he left a racist message he thought was private. If it was supposed to be private, who was supposed to have seen it?
On a chat board or a message board.
Okay.
You know, he did it on the newspaper site, right?
It says he left a comment on a link.
Yeah, why would you? All right. Because this guy's a fucking idiot. But go ahead.
That may have been the most inept quarterback decision I have seen in the NFL, Redden wrote on Monday morning about Watson's performance at the end of the game. When you need precision decision making, you can't count on a black quarterback.
Oh, my God. What is he thinking? I know what he's thinking. I really don't like my job.
Yeah.
A dummy.
A screenshot of the comment was published by the Chronicle after it was flagged to them by a reader.
Mm-hmm.
Redden,
so somebody tattletaled, and of course the paper saw an opportunity to run with it.
Of course.
Fucking jizz buckets.
Yeah. Redden's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In a phone interview with the Chronicle, Redden said he regrets making the remark. They always regret it, of course.
Why doesn't he just own it? He knows he's fired.
Yeah.
Just fucking say, yeah, I said it, so fucking what? I get a job somewhere else, you fucking cunts.
Well, here's the tell right here.
Mm-hmm.
Redden said he regrets making the remark and deleted it when he realized it wasn't private.
So, and this is why I always hate the apology. Because he did mean it.
He did mean it. It's just, I didn't mean for you to see this.
In his world, black quarterbacks are stupid. So, just fucking own it. You said it.
Yeah, and you meant it.
Yeah, you said it. You meant it. You think Deshaun Watson's a fucking idiot 100% because he's black.
Right.
Not because he's just dumb, but because he's black. Okay, that's what you said. Fucking own it at this point. Why would you fucking say, I really didn't know, and I really didn't mean to. This guy's stupider than fucking a black quarterback as far as I'm concerned. Because this guy can't fucking figure out that once you say it, it's out the butt. He not only did he say it, but then he didn't say, I didn't mean it that. He could have gone any number of ways.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was them wearing the black uniform. Anything he could have gone with other than what he said. He could have just said, I didn't mean it, whatever, which he's not going to get out of it, but at least he could semi-redeem himself a little bit. Instead, he just went and said, well, I didn't want anybody to see it.
Well, here's the I didn't mean it part, but it even comes off worse.
Okay.
The superintendent insisted that he didn't mean for the comment to come off as racist, and he was instead referring to what he saw as the limited successes of black quarterbacks in the NFL.
What year is this? Dude, every other quarterback in the NFL is a black quarterback.
I know, but what he's saying is that the black quarterbacks were never any good.
I think Russell Wilson's okay.
Yeah, I know, but the way that this guy said it, it makes it sound as if they're not any good.
Yeah, well, because they're black. Not because of their talent level or anything. It's just because they're black.
That's it.
What a fucking maroon this guy is.
I know. Now he says, I wish I had never posted that. He said,
I bet you do. I'll really bet you do.
I thought it was private. I only thought the white racists were going to see this.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the rest of you folks were going to see this. Now people are instant messaging me and shit.
I didn't think anybody without a white hood and a torch would see this. The fuck?
Too funny.
What a dumbbell.
Racism has long marred the league's most popular position. A study cited by the Washington Post found that black quarterbacks are often seen as talented and strong, and white players in the positions are considered smart and hardworking.
Okay.
So if you're a black quarterback, you're talented and strong, and white players are smart and hardworking.
Who's made that assessment?
Well, that's what they said that a study cited by the Washington Post found.
Oh, that's just a ridiculous. First of all, the Washington Post couldn't lean further left. It leans so far left that it touches the right, for God's fucking sake. Secondly, let's name some big name guys. Yeah, there are some. You're Peyton Manning, where obviously everybody thinks is smart. Ain't nobody thinking Eli Manning is that smart.
I don't think so.
Most people think he's a dummy. There's not very many people thought Brett Favre was smart, right? They thought he was talented, but they didn't think he was smart. Johnny Manziel? Anybody going around thinking, man, what a fucking smart kid that is?
Not at all.
No one. Enough with this bullshit. This is the Washington Post now trying to make us make something out of nothing.
Of course.
And why does the newspaper I want to go back to this story about fucking the Grand Kleagle or whatever his name is here of the Klan here. Why does the newspaper have to take a comment and then try to shame the person? Regardless of how ridiculous or horrible the guy's comment was, why does a newspaper that's inviting public discourse, why would they then take that public discourse and use it against a fucking reader?
Because that's the environment we live in today.
That paper should fucking die in a fire.
Well, again, it goes back to everything we talked about earlier in the show about, we were kind of joking about Kiss's lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, we got to shame them now.
Yeah. Well, then don't fucking ask for public opinion, you fucking twats. Why don't you post at the top of your thing? Post your comments if they agree with our fucking principles.
More or less, yeah.
Why don't you post that, you fucking jizzbags at this newspaper? What was the newspaper?
It's the Washington Post.
Yeah, the Washington Post can fucking suck a fucking ton of dicks. Black and white. Drink all the jizz from multicolored cocks, Washington Post.
Diversify.
Yeah, how about that? You're a bunch of faggots. And I mean that in the not so nice way.
Exactly.
Fucking queers.
Dude, you actually used the word faggot. Seriously? Seriously? You used that into 2018?
I did. And that. And I stand by it. I'm not apologizing for it at all.
Right.
I'd like to apologize to the Washington Post. I meant for that comment to be private. I didn't mean for anybody to hear it except for fucking people that don't suck dick and have a penis. Sorry. Fucking assholes.
White starting quarterbacks have also outnumbered their black counterparts in the NFL for many years. While there are a few high-profile black quarterbacks in the league today, like Cam Newton and Super Bowl championship Russell Wilson, the percentage of black players in that position only increased from 18% to 19% during a 14-year span in the NFL.
Oh yeah, well, how much has the diversification of white wide receivers come into play? You fucking jizzbag, fucking race baiting cocksuckers. There's like what is there in the entire NFL? 4 white receivers? Gronkowski, Edelman, McCaffrey. Does Eric Decker still play?
I have no idea.
That's 4. Can anybody name any others? Shut the fuck up, you race-baiting cunts.
That's exactly what it is.
Race-baiting cunts. Assholes.
On Tuesday, Watson told reporters that he isn't worrying himself over Redden's comment. And
why would he?
And that he's learned to deal with racism.
Oh, brother.
That's on him, Watson said, according to ESPN. May peace be with him. I worry about me, so I'm not worried about what he has to say.
Yeah. Well, why would he be worried about it? He's making $15 million this year.
Right.
So what? Some fucking redneck douchebag doesn't like him. Big fucking deal.
He added, but I'm all about love, so I don't focus on any of that. I love all people, and that's what I focus on.
Well, that's good.
It's part of my life. I can't control what other people and what their beliefs are. I can control what I can control, so I just focus on me, and that's it.
No, good for him. Well, I mean, I don't even understand why they would ask him for a comment. His comment should be, who gives a shit?
Yeah, some guy commented in a newspaper article in the comments section.
On Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Some guy on Facebook said that you're stupid because you're black.
And you held on to the ball because when it comes down to crunch time, you blackies can't make a decision to save your life.
Yeah. Stop. Just stop. You know, if he was affected by any comment any person ever said ever, then he would not be tough enough to be an NFL quarterback.
Right.
This is such a nothing story that they're trying to turn desperately into something.
Of course. Now,
ESPN is involved. Washington Post is involved. Shaming this guy's involved. Jesus Christ. The guy said something stupid. So what? Back in the old days, you just ignored the fucking stupid people. Just ignore him. Who cares what he thinks? God.
Well, here's where Redden meets his fate.
Okay.
The Onalaska School Board said they will be holding a special meeting this weekend to discuss Redden's future.
Of course.
Onalaska ISD regrets that an inappropriate comment has been attributed to the district's superintendent. The OISD does not condone negative comments or actions against any race. The district values every individual. Therefore, the district will likely take the appropriate measures to address the situation expeditiously and completely, which means you're fucking fired.
Fired? So fired.
Yeah.
But you know what, dude? And this is probably going to sound shocking out of my mouth. This is a case where this guy has to be fired. You know, because how can you have a guy in charge of the fucking school system where they, I'm assuming, have a football team with a public statement like that? that you can't put the black players on as the quarterback.
Well, what I don't understand is why do these guys feel they have to make a statement?
I know. Just shut up. Just shut up. Say it to your friends, or don't even say it to anybody. How about that? Tell your wife. Just do what most racists do. Sit on your couch and go, the fucking nigger is so stupid.
I gotta go out on social media, and I hope it's private.
Instead of just yapping at it his wife, where his wife just sits there and goes, yes, dear. You know, what's he got to do? He grabs his fucking phone. It's like, wait a minute. Deshaun Watson is a stupid black quarterback. Is that what he did? Send. It's ridiculous.
Of course, people get it in the comments section.
Mm-hmm.
What he regrets is seeing the remark go public. He had no problem posting the remark when he thought it was private.
Right. It's the only thing he regrets. The only thing he really regrets, he probably doesn't even regret that. He just regrets that he's losing his job over it.
Of course.
You know, in his world, he should be able to say that. And you want the truth? I'm with him on that, actually.
Yeah.
You should be able to say any stupid fucking thing you want to say without losing your fucking job over it. But that's not the environment we live in these days. Everybody's a bunch of fucking pussies.
Here's a good one I think you'll appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that somehow Redden thinks NFL teams can count on Johnny Manziel when you need precision decision making.
Johnny's fucking sucking a bag of dicks in the CFL, for God's sakes.
Of course.
Johnny is horrible. That's not an intelligent guy. Maybe his mother was black or something.
Right.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
Oof. What the? I always find racism to be like the epitome of stupidity.
It is. It's stupid.
You know, because all you need is one person one smart guy to be a quarterback, and that dispels anything that this guy just said.
Right.
But instead, those that are offended will hold on to it and think that every single person that's like redneck here, that looks like redneck here, thinks the same thing. And they will live their life just hating the white man because this fucking tool bag said something racist. Instead of just fucking hating the racist.
Right.
It's fucking stupid. If shun the offender. If you do that, everybody will have a whole lot more of a peaceful existence. So fucking stupid.
And one last one. Help
right.
wanted. Superintendent with no social media account. Is it really that difficult to understand the consequences of these posts?
Yeah. I just don't understand it anymore. Why, the more we go, the further away I get from social media, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I am absolutely finding a lot more free time. I wrote 4 chapters in my book this week. Why? Because I wasn't dicking around on social media.
There you are.
I used my time a little bit more wisely.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck social media.
I agree.
Right in its cunt hole.
Exactly. Well, one last story for the end drives.
Okay.
This one here, we covered something very similar to this.
Okay.
And here's another, and this goes back to your comment that you just made a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Somebody trying to make something out of nothing.
All right.
And again, it has to do with your social media.
Mm-hmm.
Code for no black people. New York bar's racist dress code sparks online debate.
All right. Well, this is going to be nothing racist about it, but go ahead.
Okay. Rochester, New York resident Herbert Smith wasn't aware of the controversy he was about to create when he was moved to post a photo of a local bar's dress code to his
Facebook.
Right. But since he took to social media to share the long list of items that can't be worn inside a Murphy's Irish pub in his neighborhood, some people are calling out the bar for enforcing a racist dress code.
Okay.
While making plans with friends to meet up at a nearby bar, Smith received a picture of a questionable dress code posted in the front window of Murphy's Law. He tells Yahoo Lifestyle that it immediately struck a chord. Although he wasn't entirely sure what to think about it, he decided to call attention to it.
Okay.
I decided you people need to see this.
Yeah.
I posted a lot of stuff on Facebook, so I thought a few of my friends would chime in, he said.
Yeah, I'm a preferred reviewer on Yelp, so you'll listen to me.
But what happened next, I was not expecting. Bullshit. You knew exactly what you were doing.
That's right. Don't fuck with me or I'll give you a 1-star on Travel Advisor.
Yeah, but that comment, I wasn't expecting anything, so why did you bother?
Yeah. What? 1 star on Facebook. 1!
Nearly 200 comments later, Smith now realizes he wasn't alone in his feelings about the restrictions against items such as straight brim caps, hoodies, bandanas, white t-shirts, and Timberland work boots.
Okay.
Multiple commenters said the list was a clear example of prejudice.
So open your own fucking bar that allows Timberlands and a fucking hoodie, you cocksuckers. He didn't say no black people with them. He said any people.
Yeah,
some Asian asshole with a fucking hoodie and some Timberlands on his feet comes in, he'll get thrown the fuck out.
Yeah.
Holy mother of fuck.
This is code for no black people, one person wrote.
Yeah, you wrote that. That's your opinion, you fucking jizzbag. Guess what? I as a white guy and 100% white guy, have 50 goddamn hoodies in my fucking closet. 50! Does that mean that somehow I'm trying to be black? Is that the wigger in me trying to come out? Holy motherfuck.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
This is racist, hands down, said another. Some defended the dress code, saying it's possible that the bar just wanted patrons to show up in a more classy attire.
Yeah.
Not that hard to get a whole new outfit that looks great at Macy's for like $80, one commenter wrote. But even those who don't think these restrictions stem directly from racism are quick to point out that there have been issues with how the pub's rules are enforced. My problem isn't with the dress code. It's the fact that Murphy's Law only enforces the dress code for people of color, someone pointed out. I tried to go there a few years back, and they denied me entrance because my outfit, but there was a group of white people that had on similar outfits like the one I had on. Smith said the response to the post is clear indication that, get this, here's the part that really stood out for me. Smith says the response to his post is a clear indication, drumroll please, that further action needs to take place.
Yeah, well, here's your further action. Fuck and you. I hope this bar did not back down an ounce.
They didn't.
Good for them. They took the Rick Camuglia approach.
Yeah, well, but that whole attitude is you're gonna change because we see it as this way or that way.
Tough shit. Don't come.
Yeah. A picture is worth 1,000 words, he says. The comments streamed in, and people were very passionate about it on the other side of the spectrum.
So what?
To me, the act of posting that dress code without any prompting and seeing the responses which ensued warrants a change. So this guy's going to tell this bar how to run their business.
Yeah. You who has no fucking skin in the game are going to tell the guy that has all the skin in the game how to run his place.
Right.
Fuck off.
But this is the entitlement attitude. I don't like it, so therefore you need to change that.
Yeah. I'm glad this bar said no fucking way.
Yeah. As for the change that Smith wants to see happen.
Yeah.
He thinks that the establishment should start by presenting their dress code in a more welcoming manner.
Why? He doesn't want to welcome people with that shit on.
Yeah, but the thing is, well, I'm going to go back to what you just said a minute ago. Well, what have you put into this?
Yeah, you got no say in this. Yeah, look, anybody that owns a business is doing it for your potential entertainment. We're not doing it to honor your code of life. You know, I own a business that has a fucking walk-in. And if somebody came to me and said, I don't like the fucking color of your walls or some shit, you know what I'm going to tell them? Then don't fucking come in.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy should be doing too. I don't like that I can't wear my Timberlands to fucking your place. Then don't come in.
Yeah.
I'm not the only bar in town. In fact, you're free to open your own fucking bar. And you can wear whatever the fuck you want to it. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. I would like to see the fashion do's rather than the fashion don'ts, he suggested.
Would you? I would like to see guys being able to come in and fucking bang the waitresses, but that's not part on the table either.
What do they want people to look like rather than what they don't want them to look like? I've been getting inquiries of, am I trying to get more black people into these clubs? I'm not. I just feel at this day and age, you should not be able to post something with that type of negative undercurrent on the front of your pub.
Really?
That's what he says.
If you, let's say for the sake of argument, you own a rock club.
Yeah.
Okay? And you've played rock music in your club for however long you've had your club. Is that all of a sudden now not are black people not welcome?
No.
Because you play rock music? So what if now I change up and just play only rap music? Do you think I'm going to keep the same clientele?
No, of course not.
It's going to change. That's part of why people change up their businesses. They look to attract new clientele.
Yeah.
If this guy doesn't like people coming in, the reality is from the, it's not like you read a laundry list of like clothing lines that are fucking clearly embraced in the black community. It's not like it said no FUBU and no fucking whatever Jay-Z's clothing line is or whatever. You know, it said very simple things. Timberland boots, fucking hoodies. What was the other one? Wife beater t-shirts?
Well, I'll read you the list of what.
Yeah, read it again.
All right. Dress code is strictly enforced on Friday and Saturday after 8 p.m.
Okay.
No flat, straight brim, or baseball caps.
Okay, so now, stopping right there. Do only black people wear those?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know a lot of white guys who wear those stupid backwards baseball caps.
Yeah, me being one of them. So, okay, what's the next thing?
No hoodies.
You know any white people that wear hoodies?
All the time.
Yeah.
These hipster guys wear hoodies all the time.
Of course. Okay, so 2 for 2 in the white guys.
No ripped jeans of any kind.
That's more of a white guy thing than a black guy thing.
Right. No bandanas or do-rags of any kind.
Okay, that's a both.
So Bret Michaels will not be allowed in this club.
No, he will not.
No baggy pants, jeans, shorts, or sweats.
Okay, well, that covers pretty much everybody.
Yep.
They want dress pants. That's what they're saying, right? They want dress pants.
Or nice jeans.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
It says jeans. It says no jeans.
Yeah, they want people to come in Friday night, Saturday night. They want you to look nice when you're trying to hook up.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying.
No sleeveless shirts. That would rule me out because I have a lot of those.
Right. Okay.
Tanks or jerseys.
Okay.
No white tees.
Okay.
No camo, C-A-M-O.
Yeah. Okay. Camouflage shit. Okay.
Oh, camo. That's what that means. Okay. And no Timberland work boots of any kind.
Okay. So nothing in there is even remotely targeted only to black people. That's a ridiculous assumption.
Well, but here again, this is someone just stirring the pot for just, I am outraged. Look at this. Look at this dress code. They're targeting black people.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you're right. They are.
Well, they're wrong, and good for this bar for not caving into this shit.
So this is what the club wrote in response.
Okay.
Our dress code policy was put into place 9 years ago. The dress code was adopted after reviewing what many other successful bars, clubs, and restaurants from around the area and the country had already put into place. We have been a big part of the East End and Rochester community for over 9 years, and we are looking forward to many more. Murphy's Law and our employees welcome all patrons, local and out of town, through our doors.
Yeah. In other words, eat a bag of dicks. We're not changing it.
Yeah. In other words, we just want you to dress up on Friday and Saturday nights.
We don't want a bunch of fucking scumbags in our bar on Friday nights. Look nice, attract nicer people. And ultimately, if you're looking nicer, dressed up people generally spend more money.
True.
I mean, that's, from a bar standpoint, that would totally be what they're trying to deal with. They're trying to get people a higher clientele that'll spend more fucking money.
Exactly.
Buy those $8 mixed drinks.
But you see, there's somebody just trying to stir the pot.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Facebook and I wrote.
Yeah. Did you? Well, good for you.
So there you are. When did, and again, I'm not trying to sound racist here myself, but when did white people get so involved with the racist issue?
As far as I'm concerned, they're not. To me, that's the biggest part of the problem. Is right now white people are way too willing to just take it. It's in my mind, it is definitely time to fight back. You don't think so?
Well, again, I just want to know when everybody all of a sudden became so outraged all of a sudden.
Well, it's you can thank fucking President Obama for that. Obama did that to us. Is fucking stirred the pot. But the real problem is that, you've got all this bullshit out there with people with the, white is bad and white this or white that, and people are just taking it. Hardly anybody is standing up and saying, fuck you. You need any forget white or black. Let's say there's a food line, okay? And there's 5 people in the food line and there's 4 loaves of bread. Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody has to get fucking pushed out of the way. To get so that you get that loaf of bread. Wouldn't you fucking knock somebody on their ass to get that loaf of bread?
Yeah, people do that on those Black Friday sales.
Yeah, but that's what's missing right now. The media and the fucking social media and all this is just white people are getting shit on constantly about their whiteness and white is bad and white guilt and I feel I'm embarrassed to be white and this and that. And everybody else is just, they're either being quiet or they're just saying, yeah, that is something. We have to be more diverse. We have to diversify. Fuck that. You got to look them in the eye and say, you know what? I don't give a fuck what the fucking color of my goddamn skin is. Fuck you, you jizzbag. That's what you got to say these days. You got to stand up.
Right.
If you don't stand up, then you might as well fucking accept being the lower class piece of shit that everybody's trying to put you into being. No fucking way. You gotta, I hate to say it, but you gotta be ready to fucking strike back for your principles. And I'm not saying that your principles should be at all focused on your whiteness or your blackness or whatever. But if somebody's attacking you for something you don't control, then you better be ready to fight to the death to fucking stop them. Because if you don't, then you're going to get pushed into a fucking corner. And you ain't going to like it in that corner at all.
Right. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Well, dude, I mean, look, without stirring the pot, back in the 50s and 60s, that's the corner the black people were in. If you can't look at fucking video from the 50s and 60s and see that that's the same place that white people are trying to be pushed to right now, and people are just accepting it, then you're fucking stupid. You're absolutely foolish if you don't see that that's the way it is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not condoning any kind of racism, but I am saying don't ever fucking let somebody tell you that you're less of a fucking person. You know, I'm not saying, well, white people are better than black people or Indians or any of that kind of shit. I am going to say that nobody better tell me that I'm less than them, or I'm going to fucking punch them in their fucking mouth. Every time. That's just how it has to be.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pal. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to play a couple of tunes. I think this one is a very appropriate song.
All right.
Cinderella with some push, push.
All right. There
push,
we go.
push, pal. So here it is. It's Cinderella exclusively here.
On your classic metal show.
Hey, this is Tom Kiefer of Cinderella, and you're listening to Neeley on the Classic Metal Show.